In late October 2001, Charlie Richards, the construction superintendent for the cleanup of Ground Zero, sent the crew up the scaffolding to rescue the remains of this tattered American flag. His original intention was to have the flag honorably retired, as you would any American flag that's torn or tattered. 7 years later, Charlie still had the pieces of the flag with him at his house in Pennsylvania. On the 9/11 anniversary, 2008, when New York Says Thank You went to help rebuild the town of Greensburg, Kansas, which was totally wiped out by an F5 tornado, Charlie brought the pieces of the flag with him. As our volunteers were helping to rebuild Greensburg, Kansas, all the little old ladies at the Senior Citizen Center in Greensburg, Kansas started stitching the flag back together. Where pieces of the original flag were missing, they sewed in originally American flags that had survived the Greensburg, Kansas tornado. So they literally stitched together our histories. What was destroyed in the aftermath of 9/11 in New York being brought back to life 7 years later by folks in a small town in Kansas. To me, that's what America is all about. For a year, we showed people what the flag looked like. And then on the 9th anniversary of 9/11, with the 10th anniversary that was coming up, we decided to take the flag on a 50-state tour and let local service heroes and communities in all 50 states stitch pieces of retired American flags from all 50 states back into the flag in order to make the flag whole again by the 10th anniversary of September 11th. At our very first stitching ceremony in Arkansas, Carlos Miranda, a Vietnam vet who lost his son in Iraq, brought his son's medals. And he says, "Is it okay if I put my son's medals on the flag so he could stitch with me?" In Montclair State University, on September 14, 2010, a 10-year-old girl in New Jersey who had no visual recollection of what her father looked like put a stitch in the flag, and she looks at me and she says, "The stitch that I put in, is it permanent? You're going to take it out. It's going to be there forever." At a veterans group in Branson, Missouri, a woman broke down in tears and she says, "When you see this flag and you see all these stitches, you see nothing but pure love." The Texas patch was sewn by soldiers and school children who survived the shooting at Fort Hood, Texas. The Hawaii patch was sewn in Pearl Harbor on Pearl Harbor Day by survivors of Pearl Harbor. On January 13, 2011, this flag flew at the funeral for Christina Taylor Greene. She was the 9-year-old girl killed in the Tucson shooting of Congresswoman Gabby Giffords. She was born on 9/11, focused her whole life on all the positive that came out of 9/12, and that's why she was getting to visit her Congresswoman that day to see how she could be more involved. This flag flew at Christina's funeral. Somewhere between 50 to 75 million people around the world learned about the National 9/11 flag through Christina Taylor Greene. And we're also honored that that family has made it possible for the 9/12 Generation Project to get around the country as well. The morning after Christina's funeral, this flag was stitched by the family of Martin Luther King Jr. at the King Center in Atlanta with an American flag that flew at the grave of Martin Luther King. On February 12, 2011, pieces of the American flag that Abraham Lincoln was laid on when he was shot in Ford's Theater, and that he actually bled into that flag, pieces of the flag that cradled Abraham Lincoln were stitched into the fabric of the National 9/11 flag. So for those of you who could see, in the bottom right corner of the blue field, there's a little white box with blue threads. Those blue threads are from the flag that cradled President Lincoln as he lay down. The very next stitching ceremony was at the Kennedy Space Center. Members of our space program and an 11-week-old child from Michigan stitched the Florida patch. This flag has been stitched by survivors of Columbine High School, by survivors of the Oklahoma City National Memorial bombing, by firefighters in Slidell, Louisiana, who braved their lives to save others in Katrina. A year ago July, we stitched it with 20 members of Congress on Capitol Hill, and at the end of the day, we took it to the steps of the Capitol and sang "God Bless America," just like they did the night of 9/11. In August 2011, we stitched the South Dakota patch at the base of Mount Rushmore, and the South Dakota patch was made up of the American flag that flew at Mount Rushmore on 9/11. On September 9th, 2011, Friday before the 10th anniversary, we stitched this flag at the Pentagon with 2,000 people. And Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta looked at this flag and said, the national 9/11 flag will forever stand as a monument to the strength of the American people. And on September 11th, 2011, which was the 10th anniversary of 9/11, people thought we were going to be in New York with it. But we went to Joplin, Missouri. And Joplin was a town that was 40% destroyed by a terrible tornado, 168 fatalities. And we let over 1,000 people in Joplin, Missouri be the ones to stitch the final patches to restore the flag to its original flag form. And the reason we did that was to make a statement that 9/11 didn't just happen in New York or the Pentagon or a field in Pennsylvania. It happened in America. And just like people from small towns, just like Joplin, Missouri, went out of their way to support us here, we wanted to be there to support them in their time of need. We thought it was done, but then we got the request for the flag, and then we got a very special phone call. The Star Spangled Banner Flag House in Baltimore, Maryland. This is where Mary Pickersgill stitched the original flag that flew at Fort McHenry during the War of 1812 that inspired Francis Scott Key to write the national anthem. And they said, your flag is not going to be complete until it has threads from the original Star Spangled Banner. So for those of you who can see, the third red stripe from the top all the way to the right, there's a red patch with a dark red patch and a white patch on that, and there are 3 red threads. Those 3 red threads are from the original Star Spangled Banner flag that flew at Fort McHenry that inspired the national anthem. The dark red patch around it is from the retired flag that flew at Fort McHenry, and the patch that it sits on is from a retired American flag that flew at the gravesite of Francis Scott Key. So to kick off the bicentennial of the War of 1812, last Flag Day in Baltimore, we had a lot of people who stitched. A direct descendant of Francis Scott Key, who survived the 9/11 attacks in the Pentagon, stitched. And then we ended it with kids. My 2 sons, who were the inspiration for the creation of the foundation, and Christina Taylor Green's 2 best friends. Because we wanted to express how important it is to share these stories with young people and with students, and to understand that fundamental American principle, e pluribus unum, out of many, one, out of many patches, one flag, out of many cultures and backgrounds and faith, one nation. So today's a really special day. We've got the flag here at your high school. Memorial Day weekend, service and sacrifice, and the opening up of this shore in New Jersey, which is all about resilience. With that, we're going to call up some special folks to add their own stitch in history to represent a lot of the people in here. So if I can, I'm going to ask Kathleen McCarthy, who's our resident Betsy Ross.